Today I'm going to show you how to access the feedback I gave on your essays or any of your turned in work. So the easiest thing to do to access feedback through Turnitin is to go down to the assignment where you submitted the assignment. So if you click on the assignment link where you uploaded the document and then go to the submission page, you will be able to see what your grading status is. So if it says released, that means your grade is available. And then also, you would be able to view the feedback by scrolling down a little bit. So it'll give you your grade. So the grade for this assignment is completed and on time. Sometimes that might be a point value. It could be a letter grade, but that's what your grade will be. So to access the feedback, you need to go up to where you can see the file document for your paper and click on the pencil icon. All right. So once that pencil icon opens, it'll take you into the Turnitin Feedback Studio. And it may take a little while to load, and if it does have problems loading or you just get a blank screen or nothing happens, then I recommend trying to use Firefox. That's the best one for Turnitin. If you're using Chrome or IE or Safari, you might sometimes have problems. Also, sometimes the Feedback Studio for Turnitin doesn't work on phones, so you might need to try using your laptop. So I just want to go over a couple features. So you should see a copy of your paper, and then these blue squares are comments that I've made. So if we click on this one where it says formatting, it'll give you what my comment is, and you'll find a lot of the comments for this paper are going to be sort of generic comments. So like for this one, it's saying there's major formatting issues in your paper, and then I list off some of the most common formatting issues that there are. And it's sort of on you to go through your paper and use this as a checklist to make sure that you're including all of those things and doing them correctly. And if you have questions, I'll often point you toward a resource, or you can go to the ARC, or you can even come see me to get those questions answered. Some of the comments are a little more specific, so like right here, I kind of made this up and say that this is a comma splice, so if you hover over this and click on it, it'll tell you what a comma splice is, and you can read through that on some ways to prevent that. Sometimes what I'll also do is I'll highlight something to give a comment, and then I'll write something in there. So here I was saying, good job, this was a good example. So you'll want to make sure and scroll through your paper and look at any of those to see if they are there. Another good feature, and it's the way I will primarily give feedback on your papers, is through the voice comment. So a lot of times down here in the text comment box, I'll leave a comment saying listen to voice comment. Sometimes I do forget, so it's always a good idea to look over here at the voice comment and see if there's anything recorded. So right now it's showing an 11-second comment. So you would click the play button to listen to the comment.
Good job with your topic, but you have some work to do with formatting and grammar.
Right, so that's where you'll get the most feedback from me, is in that voice comment, where I will give you kind of broader suggestions of what to do and tell you how your paper's coming along. Then the last place where you'll receive feedback is by viewing the rubric. So the rubric will pop up on a separate screen. And remember that for this class, you're not really getting grades on your papers. I'm just marking and telling you whether you're proficient or not proficient and maybe need to work on this skill before submitting your paper to the final portfolio. So this is what the rubric looks like, and there's multiple categories of the purpose, so kind of like the overarching theme or thesis, the examples you use in your paper, then specifically your introduction, body paragraph, conclusion, the length, then some topics relating to sources if applicable for your paper, like the relevancy, were they the best sources to use, how well did you integrate the sources, citations, so your bibliographic page and the in-text citations, and then some bits on grammar and formatting. And you'll notice under formatting there's a little blue bubble. That's going to point you back to the comment that I left in your paper earlier. So right there, that's referring to this comment right here. So a couple other things to point out with this rubric is down at the bottom in the option that says portfolio. There's three options. Essay is ready to include in the portfolio, essay needs some minor revisions to be included in the portfolio, and essay needs a substantive revision or a complete rewrite to be included in the portfolio. So that's just my estimation of how much work you might have to put into this to get it ready for the portfolio. Now you might have noticed over to the side, for on the rubric, there's 3 options. It says proficient, not proficient, and then if not proficient, try. And this little area of the rubric is just designed to give you some quick tips on how you might fix or improve that area of your paper. So it doesn't mean that your paper was lacking in each of these areas. It just means that try these things, and these are the most common errors that I see. So like for introduction, try summarizing your paper in a way that introduces the key points that may or may not have been missing in your paper. So include a specific thesis. So these are just some tips for you to go through and to identify for yourself and saying, okay, what of these am I not doing? And if you have problems identifying that, take your paper to the ARC. The tutors can definitely help you out, or you can come see me and I'll help you identify which of these areas your paper was missing in. So as always, if you have any questions about your paper or your grade, feel free to contact me.